Daumendaddler. Okay, was ist denn das für ein Laden? Hier kann man auch rein. Warum kann ich hier rein? Nehme ich mal mit. Ah, da habe ich nicht genug. Zwei Einträge von erster Eintrag. Du bist geduldet und für andere Name. Der Name lautet Pavati. Maschinen durchgelesen. Fast hätte ich das so eine Gewohnheit laut vorgelesen. Es ist 10 Jahre her und das kenne ich ganz Teil davon. Okay, gut. Nehmen. Nehmen. Also hat er eine Tochter bekommen, hä? Nehmen. Geile Dusche. Au. Ja, ich glaube, ich muss langsam dahin. Geh mal hier rein. Protokolle. Ja, ist mir zu viel. Will mir sagen, wo die Leute sind?
Sorry, got a lot to do.
Don't make me report you to Mr. Thompson.
You the new worker? Whatever. Make it quick, Tenderfoot. I'm busy. Shit. Silas still on about that. Here, take the fees. I'd appreciate it if you didn't tell Reed I was late on my payment.
Gut, die eine habe ich.
Because they're not my fees and not my gravesite. Guy I worked with shot himself. I paid the bill. I could do without the sarcasm. Wasn't acting out of the goodness of my heart. Law requires delinquent gravesite fees to be paid by the deceased party's closest living relative, which meant me. Shame, though. Eugene was a good worker.
Du meintest, der Typ hätte sich selbst erschossen?
Woke up one morning and put a round through his upper story. Can't imagine why. The kid was doing all right at his desk. We all thought he was an upstanding receptionist. Just between the two of us, I'm pretty shocked his weapon didn't misfire. Spacer's Choice handguns aren't the most reliable. Eugene wasn't family. Yeah, I was the closest living person relative to his body at time of death. I'm the one who found him,
Alter.
so I pay the fines. Suicide's a crime. The legal term is irreparable damage to company property. What Eugene did to himself was vandalism. When one of your workers commits a crime, the entire town pays for it. In other words, Edgewater would have been penalized pretty hard. Whatever Eugene was worth as an asset, we would have had to pay out of
Das ist
pocket
totaler
for his
Schwachsinn.
choice. Well, excuse you. I'll have you know, Eugene was an asset to us all. May his atoms be commended to the law. All I know is Silas asked me for Eugene's gravesite fees, which means he was approved for burial, which means his papers went through, which means the town's in the clear. I'm just glad to put this whole ugly affair behind me. Eugene can rest his bones in peace, and the rest of us can get on with our own lives.
Okay, gut. Holla, die Waldfee. Wir stehlen nix. Wir sind brav. Verkaufsautomat. Weniger als ein Bekauf von Gegenständen und Kleidung und normalen Haken. Okay. Warum habe ich Fleischsachen da? Oder warum? Warte, ich will jetzt mal wissen, kann man die Sachen essen? Ah. Verstehe. Das ist gut. So, jetzt aber suchen wir mal weitere Personen hier. Da hinten. Da drin. Schöne Aufzugmusik.
The grease monkey, Argo?
I'm sorry, Mr. Thompson, sir. You asked why it's taking so long to fix. The answer's technical.
Don't apologize. Just try using small. Seems we've got a guest. Really now, Parvati, I do wish you'd spoken up. I do apologize. I was given no forewarning of your arrival, or I might have welcomed you at the gates myself. I'm Reed Thompson, Outpost Administrator. I must say, wearing a marauder's outfit is in very poor taste.
Tut mir leid.
I think you should show your uniform a little more respect.
Das sind 6 Verteidigungspunkte Unterschied.
Yes, so it dawns on me. Seems I allowed my excitement to run away with my wits. Been a few seasons since we've had a visitor pass through.
Only regulator we've got is hooked up to the town transformer. Mr. Thompson ain't liable to be keen on dismantling it.
I beg your pardon. I am most emphatically not keen on any such thing. I can't let you have our power regulator. But I happen to know of another one. And I happen to know exactly how you may retrieve it without frying yourself in the process. My proposition benefits the both of us. Hear me
War ja
out.
klar.
There's a power regulator in the old botanical lab. It's mostly abandoned, so all that power is being squandered. Go down to the geothermal plant. Reroute power from the botanical district over to us. Once their power's shut down, you can have their regulator and be along on your way.
Was genau meinst du mit größtenteils
I was not
verlassen?
entirely sure how to tell you this. The botanical labs are not legally inhabited, but there are people who live there.
Meinst du Plünderer?
The people living in the botanical labs. They're deserters, former workers. I need them back at their posts. I need them to come home. My hope is that by cutting off their power, you will convince those deserters to come back to town. before you go to the plant, I want you to stop by the botanical lab. Speak to their leader, Adelaide. Tell her the power's about to go, and that it's time her band of deserters came back to town. Adelaide's older than the other deserters. She's dignified, kindly. From what I understand, her camp looks to her for leadership.
Ja, hast du sie noch nie gesehen.
That is not a hypothetical I enjoy entertaining. We need Adelaide back. Nonetheless, I will settle for the return of her followers. We belong to one community, the Spacer's Choice family. If we dissolve into factions, then we will all perish separately. Adelaide will understand that.
My dad told me all about the plant. Taught me all he knew. I could come in useful. I mean, if that's all right with you, Mr. Thompson. Sir.
I hesitate to part ways with Miss Holcomb, but I cannot deny that she is talented and may prove useful to you. You will need an administrative passcode in order to enter the plant. I am trusting you with mine, and trusting Miss Holcomb to guide you if you'd like.
Gut.
Great! I got my wrenches and diagnosticators and hairpins and engine tape, so I'm all set.
Well, I am glad to hear that. Best of luck to you, and thank you again for your help. It is a lot to ask of a stranger, I know.
Lass uns losmachen. Was? Lass uns losmachen. Bekleider. Du hast einen Bekleider gefunden. Das sind Charaktere, die dir auf deine Abenteuer beistehen und auf vielen Arten helfen. Bekleider geben Feuerschutz im Gefecht. Ihre Fertigkeiten verbessern deine Fertigkeiten. Sie erhöhen deine Tragekapazität. Mit der Fertigkeit Inspiration kannst du spezielle Bekleider-Kampffähigkeiten freischalten. Okay, gut. Das Bekleiderregister. Dieses Bekleiderregister zeigt dir alles, was du über deine Bekleider wissen musst. Du kannst ihre Fertigkeiten, Werte, Statuseffekte und Ausrüstung einsehen. Aha. Aha. 7. 4. Okay, gut. Ach, die haben auch Vorteile. Ah, das ist gut. Okay, gut. Dann wollen wir mal.
We better clear out of Mr. Thompson's office before we talk. Hey,
Was sind das hier
can
drei?
we talk? Sorry. Can we talk? Sorry. You just want to get out of here. And you likely don't want to tag along like
Du
me.
gefällst mir.
It's just Mr. Thompson has his own view on matters, on account of it's his job and what all, but that's not the only side of the tale. Oh, he ain't a liar. He believes every word he says. It's just, he doesn't always get where other folk are talking from. To Mr. Thompson, a person's a gear. It does its job quiet-like. If it squeaks or stutters, it gets replaced. The deserters are decent folk. I knew some of them before they left. Miss McDevitt? Oh, gosh, no. She was a real important person. A flavorist. Made all the food taste decent. She used to work up in the big office with Mr. Thompson. Alls I know is she left after her son died. It was a real big to-do. I could hear them both yelling clear from my own place.
Kann es niemandem verübeln, von hier weg zu wollen. Die Stadt hat ihre Probleme.
Life's hard here. Especially for them that don't fit in so well. We're one big Spacer's Choice family, but every family's got the one the rest whisper about. Mr. Thompson's aiming to take away their power. They'll have no lights to see, nor heat to cook. They'll be at the mercy of marauders, or worse. I think you should talk to the town's vicar about it. Max, his name is.
Wo
The
finde ich
mission's
ihn?
on the east side of town. You can't miss it, on account of it being the only clean thing. Thanks, mister. I just think when you gotta make a decision that'll hurt somebody, it's best to think on the right and wrong of it. That's what my dad used to say anyways.
Gut, dann gehen wir hin.